Manufacturing technology for various competitive exam syllabus. I just cover the portion lathe. Already I explained briefly about the lathe. What are the lathe components is there? Construction, various operations. See what are the operations you have in the lathe. First one you have in paste turning, then paste turning, then plane turning. After plane turning, you have in a step turning. After step turning, you have in a taper turning. You know the taper turning formula, tan alpha is equal to big D minus small d by 2L. Alpha, to taper angle will be find out alpha equals tan inverse 1 D minus d by 2L. Then you'll be go for after taper turning, then you will be thread cutting. In thread cutting, you have in right hand thread cutting and left hand thread cutting. In thread cutting, you have in a the you want to find out the pitch p you want to find out, then you'll be go for the edge you have in a champering, then you'll be knurling. What is minimize champering? To avoid the chances of accident, to make the sharp in 45-degree angle. That is calling about in the uh, in your lathe operations. Next, I'll be go for um, counter boring, and there are so many operations you have covered by the lathe. Next, I'll be go for lathe attachment and accessories. There are so many lathe attachment is there, magnetic check and tool post supporting devices. These are all the things using for lathe attachment and accessories. Next, I'll be go for cast and turret lathe. Cast and turret lathe, there are multiple operation at a time will be doing by using in capstan and turret lathe. Next you have in automates a single spindle, Swiss type, multi-spindle automatic lathe. See here, multi-spindle automatic lathe is set up the machine tool multiple choice question and answer. First, I'll be focusing on lathe machine, lathe working principle. Which machine tool is known as the mother of machine tool? Drill, milling, lathe, none of mentioned. See here, which machine tool is known as the mother of machine tool? Drill, milling, lathe, none of mentioned. Explanation, lathe is known as the mother of machine tool. See, to compare the other machine components, the lathe is one of the basic model of all the operations, and basic model will be covered from the lathe. The main reason the lathe is the mother of machine tool. Lathe is primarily used for producing DOS surfaces. Lathe is primarily used for producing DOS surfaces, flat, curve, taper, and none of mentioned. The answer is D. Explain. Lathe is primarily lathe is primarily used for producing the cylindrical surfaces, but today it can perform the various operations, plane turning, taper turning, paste turning, perform the various surface like curvilinear surface and flat surface, so on. Next, I will go for the third question. Which type of surface is produced turning operation in the lathe machine? Which type of surface is produced turning operation in lathe machine? Flat, cylindrical, taper, none of mentioned. Answer is B. A cylindrical surface is produced by turning operation. Cylindrical surface is produced by turning operation. In the lathe machine, this turning can be done on the external surface. Boring is a type of turning which is performed in the internal surface, that is the cylindrical surface. Always which type of surface is produced by the turning operation in the lathe machine? That will be cylindrical. Next, fourth one, what is the necessary condition for the turning? What is the necessary condition for turning? The first one, material of workpiece should be harder than the cutting tool. See here, the fourth one, that is very important. What is the necessary condition for turning? Material of workpiece should be harder than the cutting tool. Uh, Cutting tool should be harder than the material of workpiece. Hardness of the cutting tool and material of the piece should be the same. None of mentioned. C. The B is the correct answer. Cutting tool should be harder than the material of workpiece. Suppose you have no in the cutting tool material you have in a HSS and you have in a mild steel is there in MS steel is there in the material. Always more quality should be you have maintained the cutting tool than workpiece. See here, next time we go for travel, traversing of a tool parallel to the axis of the job is termed as cross feed, longitudinal feed, both cross feed and transferring feed, none are mentioned. See here, B is the correct answer. Explanation, it is the definition of longitudinal feed. Similarly, traversing of tool perpendicular to the axis of the job. See, always you have in perpendicular, the traversing tool parallel to the axis of the job is called as the perpendicular. The answer is B. The sewing diameter over the bed is the largest diameter. The sewing diameter over the bed is the largest diameter. True or false? See one thing. Uh, this answer will be guess. Please, the the sewing diameter over the bed, largest diameter. The sewing diameter over the bed is the largest diameter. You only please you guess the answer. This sentence is correct or false. Please below the subscription, I'll be answering. Please this answer will be comment in the comment section. The fifth question I'll be given to the you only. You only answer in the comment box. Sixth one, lathe cannot produce the internal feature like walls. True or false? Lathe cannot produce the internal feature like walls. ಲೇತ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ಸ್ನ ಹೋಲ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಟ್ರೂ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ. See, this is true. Swing diameter over the lathe is the largest diameter of the work over the bed that will be revolved without touching height of the centers measured from the bed of the lathe. Which type of feed needed in facing the operation? Which type of the feed is needed in the facing the operation? Longitudinal, cross, both the cross and longitudinal, none of the mentioned. See, the B is the correct answer, that is the cross. B is the correct answer. See here, pacing the operation is done by the cross speed. In pacing, workpiece is rotated against the single point cutting tool. See ninth one, which type of surface is produced in pacing operation? Cylindrical, taper, plot, none of mentioned. See which type of surface is produced in pacing the operation? Cylindrical, taper, plot, none of the mentioned. The answer is C, the plot surface. See, plot surface produced the facing the operation as per the definition. In facing operation, metal is removed by the tool from their end of the metal and plot surface is produced. 10th one, traversing of tool at any angle to the job axis produce the curved surfaces. True or false? This is the false. Answer is B. Why you have false this sentence? See here, uh, traversing a tool in at any angle of the job, axis produced the curved surface. Answer is B. This is the false. Traversing of tool at any angle to the job produced the taper surface. 11th one, in taper operation, which type of surface is produced? Flat, curve, circular, none of mentioned. The answer is D, none of mentioned. Taper type surface is produced process of taper turning. Taper is shape in which diameter both the ends of the bar different. Which type of feed is needed in turning operation? Longitudinal, cross, both the cross and longitudinal, none of the mentioned. Answer is A. As per the definition, longitudinal feed is needed in turning operation. Longitudinal feed uh, is always parallel to the axis of rotation of the spindle. See the 13th question. Which type of the surface can produced by the lathe? Flat, cylindrical, curvilinear, all of the mentioned. See here, answer is D. Lathe is a visible versatile, versatile. See, answer is D. Lathe is a versatile machine. It can perform the various types of job. It is primarily intended for producing only cylindrical surface, but it can produce the various types of surfaces. The D. See, next I will go for the portion. Theory of metal cutting, chip formation, orthogonal cutting, oblique cutting, cutting till single point. Cutting till single point. See here, machine tool question and answer, lathe, classification of cutting tools, chip formation, orthogonal cutting, oblique cutting, cutting tool, single point cutting tool geometry, cutting tool material, tool wear, tool life, and cutting fluids, functions and properties. See, next I will go for a lathe cutting tool classified according to manufacturing of tool, method of holding tool, method of using tool, all of the mentioned. Answer is D. Cutting tool can be classified according to the all mentioned parameter. Generally in lathe, we use single point cutting tools. Which of the following cutting tool can have single roller, boring tool, knurling tool, both boring tool and knurling tool? See here, the answer is C, using both knurling and boring tool. See, both boring tool and knurling tool can have a single roller. Generally, boring tool is used to enlarge the hole. Knurling is used when we need a pattern of straight, cross, angular lines cutting each other. See, the third question, lathe cutting tool can be classified right hand and left hand according to C, method of using the tool, method of holding the tool, method of applying the feed, none of mentioned. Answer is C, method of applying the feed. Why? Which of the following is not the type of left hand type cutting tool? Which of the following is not the type of left hand type cutting tool? Rangi, facing tool, finishing tool. See, the answer is D, is covered all. All are the types of left hand cutting tool. Facing, roughing, finishing are one kind of turning operation often carried out the lathe. According to the method of using the tool, lathe cutting tool can be classified as a turning, grooving, forming, all of the mentioned. The D is answer. The D is the answer. See, according to the method of using the tool, lathe cutting tool can be classified as a turning, grooving, or forming. See here, D is the answer. Next, sixth one. Which of the following is not the type of classification as per the method of manufacturing the tool? See, the sixth one, tip tool, which is brazed to the carbon steel shaft. Tip tool, which is the fastened uh, mechanically to the carbon steel shank. Grooving. The grooving is the answer. See, how to grooving is answer. Grooving is not the type of classification according to the method of manufacturing the tool. Grooving is the type of classification according to the method of using C7 tool bit. Interested in the tool holder and solid tool is included in the classification according to the method of using tool, method of manufacturing tool, method of applying feed, none of mentioned. The answer is D, none of mentioned. C, eighth one, internal thread cutting is suitable with the classification of cutting tool according to the answer is D. See, method of using a tool, method of holding the tool, method of manufacturing the tool. A is the answer. See here, eighth one, internal thread cutting is suitable with the classification of cutting tool according to the method of using the tool. A is the answer. Ninth one, round nose is suitable with the classification of cutting tool according to the answer is C, method of applying the feed. Parting off is suitable with the classification of cutting tool according to the this is the 10th one. The answer is C, method of using the tool. See, the mentioned image indicates dash tool. See here, wrapping tool, facing tool, parting tool. This is the parting tool. See, the mentioned image indicated the dash tool. See, round nose grooving. Round nose grooving. See, the mentioned image dash tool. See here, this is round nose turning. See, metal working and cutting tool. Uh, this is also multiple choice question. Machine tool multiple choice question and answer. Metal working and cutting tool. In which operation motion of the job is rotary and the motion of the cutting tool is forward translating. Answer is turning. Turning you see which type of job motion there is in drilling operation. Rotary, translating, fixed. None of the mentioned fixed. See, in which type of operation motion of the cutting tool is translating? Boring and drilling. Boring and drilling. This in which type of operation motion of cutting tool is rotary as well as translating? This is the drilling operation. In drilling motion of the job is rotary. True or false? This is the false. Sixth one, motion of the cutting tool is rotary in the milling machine. True or false? This is the false. Which type of cutting tool have a wide application on lathe? Single point, multi-point, both the single point and multi-point, none of the mentioned. The answer is A. Which of the following is the example of multi-point cutting tool? Milling cutter, broaching tool, both milling utter and broaching tool, none of mentioned. C is milling cutter, milling utter, and broaching tool. Ninth one, in how many group cutting tools can be divided? 2, 3, 4. There are two group is classified. Cutting tool can be classified two group: single point cutting tool and multi point cutting tool. See here, motion of the job forward to the rotary broaching operation. This is the false second one. Next, which of the following is an example of none of cutting shaping process? Turning, forging, drilling, milling. This is forging. Only forging is an example of non-cutting shaping process, while turning, drilling, milling are the example of cutting shaping process. Which of the following is the example of cutting shaping process? Knurling, forging, crushing, drawing. Knurling. Okay, next I will go for 13th one. See, the process of metal cutting is affected by the relative motion between the piece of the work and odd type of edge of a cutting tool against the workpiece is true or false. This is true. 14th, in how many group various metal working process can be classified? 2, 3, 4, None of the mentioned. A. Metal working process can be classified in two groups as cutting shaping process and non-cutting shaping process. Next, I will go for that is very important topic, cutting parameter of drill. This this set of machine tool multiple choice question and answer. Which of the following are cutting parameter used in a drill? Cutting speed, depth of cut, all mentioned. This is the D. D is the answer. See how to using D. All are the cutting parameter used in drill. Apart from those parameters, machining time, metal removal rate are also cutting parameter which are used to drill. Which 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 of the following considered as the peripheral speed of the drill? Cutting speed, depth of cut, none of mentioned. A is the answer, cutting speed. This is the definition of cutting speed. If you know the diameter of the drill and RPM of the drill, you can easily calculate the cutting speed. Cutting speed generally expressed in meter, meter per minute. Actually, this is revolution per minute. That revolution, feed and minute, feed per revolution. That is calling about the second unit. Cutting speed simply speed. The unit should be matched with the speed unit. Okay. Formula for cutting speed. D is diameter of the drill in mm. N is equal to RPM of drill. Answer is B. B means 3.14 into D into N denominator by 1000. Explanation. Through the cutting speed is the peripheral speed. The distance covered through it must be equal 5 into D into N. 1000 is there is a way measuring. Fifth one, dash of a drill is the distance the drill moves into the work at each revolution of the spindle. B. Depth of cut. B. Feed. Cutting speed. None of mentioned. See here, B is the correct answer, is the feed. This is the definition of feed. It is the distance by revolution. Distance by revolution. See here, the feed may be expressed in mm by revolution, mm into revolution, none of the mentioned, by revolution. As per the definition, feed is the distance per revolution. Seventh one, DOS is the equal of all the diameter of the drill is used. Feed, depth of cut, machining time, none of mentioned. See here, this is the definition of depth of cut. It's simply a distance. Where one point is there, we always talk in terms of diameter in drill, never in terms of radius. Depth of cut can be expressed in mm by revolution, by minute. None of mentioned. Answer is A. Explanation. It is simply a distance and so its unit should be matched with the distance of unit, that will be per mm. See the formula for depth of cut. D is diameter of the drill. D by 4, D by 2, D 2D. Answer is explanation. Depth of cut is equal to half of the diameter of the drill is used. Always the answer is D by 2. See if S2 feet per revolution, S1 is equal to feet per minute, N is equal to RPM. Which of the following is mathematically right? S1 equal to S2 into N, S2 is equal to S1 into N, S1 into S2 equal to 10. None of mentioned. That answer is S1 is equal to S2 into N. See, it can be solved by equation using both side, left side and feet per minute. Right side unit feet per revolution, feet per minute. See, machining time is expressed in per minute, minute into minute, none of mentioned. That is the answer is minute. The 12th one, if L is equal to length of traveling of the drill in mm. N is equal to RPM of the drill. S is equal to feet per revolution of the drill in mm. Then machining time can be given as that will be answered. Please, these two question I'll be you only answer in the description comment. The below please comment these two answers. I'm not tell the answers. Actually, I have explained all the objective questions. I'll be given you work from in your mind. See 1 into n s divided by s, 1 into s divided by n, 1 divided by n into s, none of mentioned. Metal removal rate can be given as mm into mm into mm per minute, mm into mm into mm per revolution, uh, mm per revolution, mm per minute. View the answer. Please, these two answer, the 12th and 13th, please comment box will be comment. That is very, very important in the this question. Please, thank you.